We are here doing another story. Today we have Kendra, and she's our crafty Pinteresty mom.
I am.
And so she's just going to tell us a little bit about her life and a little bit about her story so you kind of get to know her just a little bit more. So, Kendra?
Okay, well, I don't know if I have a story. I was one of two children. I have a brother. My mom is Puerto Rican and my father is white. So I am of mixed race. I lived in Florida for majority of my life through middle school. And then we moved here to North Carolina. Gosh, I hated school here. And that's just like kind of how I was through school. Just stayed to myself, very quiet, didn't really know anybody. I started working when I was 17, and that's when I met my husband. And he wasn't my husband at the time, but I met him there. He was one of the captains in the back, and I guess he liked me. I didn't like him. Kept trying to get with me, and I just was not feeling it for a long time, for about 3-4 years. Yep, but he didn't stop. And so anyways, I graduated, and then we started talking, and then we had a child. We got married before that, and then 3 children later. Basically, my life is taking care of my 3 girls. That's what I do majority of the time. Jason and I had a lot of ups and downs through our marriage, 10 years strong. But we kind of, meshed together and we worked through it. We're kind of fighters. So, I don't know. That's basically how my story is, as far as my youth and growing up. It was different. My brother had a lot of issues. So my dad was diagnosed bipolar schizophrenic. So my mom kind of had to deal with that, and 2 children. My father, being paranoid, bipolar schizophrenic, doesn't think he has an issue, so it's more like the world has an issue with him than he's the issue. So he feels like he doesn't have to take medicine. He feels like things are getting sabotaged on him, like people are sabotaging things. As a child, I was sheltered from it. My mom did an awesome job sending me to my best friend Stacy's house, sending me to my best friend Sasha's house. My brother, he wasn't so fortunate as me. He had to see a lot more than what I did, and so he had to deal with my father, and his psychosomatic issues and episodes that he went through weekly and daily and monthly. But when things got bad, Mom would be like, pack up your stuff, you need enough clothes for 3 days, you're going over to your friend's house. And so I didn't really get to experience that, which I'm grateful for. But when we moved to North Carolina, my mom actually separated from my father, and that's why we came here. And when he moved back to North Carolina with us, because my mom realized it was much harder than what she thought it was to be a single parent, and so he came with us, and I had nobody to shelter, or my mom to shelter me from, so I sat there and watched a lot go down. A lot of, Dad, you need to take your medicine. Dad, please sit down. Please don't go over there. Nobody's talking to you right now, Dad. To a lot of outbursts in the middle of the night. Somebody's here. Wake up. Grab your stuff. Somebody's here. Come on. We got to check your bed. We got to check your bed. lifting up bed. Nobody's here, Dad. Nobody's here. Checking, opening closets just to appease him so that I can wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and get ready for school. It was a lot of, it was hard. High school was super hard, and on top of it, I had no friends. I had my mom. That's it. And my brother, and he went through a lot that he showed out more than I did. I kept a lot inside of me. He would act out, find bad friends, do bad things to gain that attention, to get that outlet. I never did. I just kind of dealt with it and smiled and kept going. Went to school, did what I was supposed to do, come home, deal with it all over again. I remember days I would come out of the school bus and all our furniture from the house was in our front yard broken. Everybody's like, what's going on at your house? No, just start picking up chairs and bring it back in the house. Didn't know really what was going on, and Dad would be like, the voices were telling me to take them out. There's something in the furniture. There's something in there. The devil's in there. And so I would be like, nothing's in our furniture, Dad. Go to bed. Go to bed. It was a lot of trying not to get mad at them, because you do. Because you're like, why? What? What's going on in your head? And I try to understand how he's thinking, but any normal person can't, because there's not really a normalcy. So that was my typical high school life, and then my mom and dad ended up separating. She didn't feel comfortable staying home alone with him, knowing that her kids are no longer in the house. So that's kind of how that ended. And then I met Jason, so then we started our life together.
So do you feel like everything you've gone through with all that, though, it's made you a stronger person, or?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely feel like it's made me strong. I'm very compassionate, very understanding towards people.
Very compassionate.
I mean, I try to put myself in their shoes all the time, no matter what, just because I don't know. And so if I try to put
you don't
myself
know what's going through their
head,
head. Right.
And so I always try to, and sometimes I might not, and then later I'll think about it, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so mean, I'm so sorry, did I? And then the person's like, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's kind of how we met.
True story.
You thought you made me mad. I'm like, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think it did make me very strong and very understanding. Because if I didn't go through all that, I don't think I would have even, I mean, I would just been a spoiled brat.
I can't imagine that. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and for opening up.
You're welcome.
That was awesome. So thanks again to Kendra. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below and like and subscribe. And we'll see you on our Monday's episode. Bye.
Bye.